Thanks for checking out our channel. You may have seen a previous video we did where we compared the UB Tech Rainier Travel Chino Pants to the Eddie Bauer Guide Pro pants. We are looking for basically the ultimate pant that does everything for us while we travel, and we settled on the UB Tech Rainier Chino Travel Pant. However, there were a couple things we wanted to adjust. And if you look at these pants, there's not, you can't really tell that we've done any modifications to these pants, but we have. We wanted to make sure that we weren't going to lose any of our valuables by falling out of our pocket or have any issues with pickpocketing, so we wanted to prevent theft. So we modeled them after the P3, the pickpocket proof pants, as a general guideline of what we wanted to do with these. And you can see here, these are just a regular pocket. However, they're hard to get into. You can't just open it up. What we have here is Velcro that I've sewn into these pants. Now, the first thing I want to say is I don't have sewing experience. I'm not a seamstress. I'm new at this. So I came at this and said, well, how can I make it so you can't see it on the front? So it's not obvious because I don't have the experience to make it look really nice. And we wanted to keep these a nice flat front finish. But as you can tell with this Velcro, it's really nice. You can't get in without really, if you're wearing them, you're not going to be able to, you're going to be able to feel someone getting into these. So we really wanted to have this here. We looked at these pants and we saw that on the inside, the pockets are not completely sewn in, so they are loose. So I was able to sew just on the back of this. So I have the back side of the Velcro here sewn right onto this side, and then I have some sewn in right here. So you can actually see it on the front, which is really nice for wearing these. We also went ahead and modified all the pockets on all of our clothes. These pants are just an example. We even went as far as to say, okay, well, these hip belts have this zipper, so there is some prevention there. However, you can really get into these without, or someone could get into them without the wearer noticing. But when you have this Velcro in here as well, it's going to be really difficult to be able to not feel someone getting into your pocket. So we put that in here. I just took standard Velcro. I just bought it for $1 at the big convenience store, and I measured it to the size I wanted for the pocket. Just went and measured, cut it. I also rounded off my edges, so here you can see that they're sharp edges. I didn't want it catching on my skin or on the pant, so went ahead and rounded those corners off. When I sewed these in, I was also very careful to be aware of the fabric that's in these pockets. So if we look at this pocket right here, we can see that there's this mesh fabric right here, and this attaches to the loop side of the Velcro really easily, and over time is going to wear and probably tear holes in it. So I was very purposeful in putting the loop side of the Velcro on this side and the soft side that doesn't attach to this on this side of the pant. So if they're off center, it's not going to destroy this lining of pocket. That's great for breathability. And we'll be very careful when we wash these pants to line them right up so that they're not going to catch on each other, the fabric, very badly. We went through again on every pocket, the back pockets, the side pockets, and modified them. I have another example of something we did with an older pair. It's a skort that I absolutely love wearing. And so these are great. They're comfortable to skirt, so it's feminine when traveling, but it has shorts underneath so that I can wear it hiking, I can feel comfortable and not exposed or need to worry about the skirt blowing up. And I went through and I did the same thing on these pockets, and I sewed in my Velcro here as well. So you can't see this either because we have the same situation where the pocket is loose. So I was able to sew in on the back and then come in from the back side here and sew it in there. So you can't see that on the front. You have no idea it's there. Obviously, aesthetically, it's black Velcro, so it's not the most pleasing thing to see, but it works. You're not going to see it when the pocket is closed. And the other thing is we put in hidden pockets. So as you may know, women's clothing doesn't come with very many pockets. They're not very deep, but I wanted a place to be able to store things and have them more hidden when I'm wearing them. So I went in onto the shorts, and I just took fabric from another performance top that we had, and I made my own pockets on the shorts. I measured out the fabric And I bend over the edges and then I sewed it on. Obviously, again, it's not the most aesthetic pleasing pocket because the fabric does not match, but it works. I can fit my iPhone in here, I can fit keys, I can fit paperwork, I can fit all kinds of things in here, and you really can't tell when I'm wearing it. I also put Velcro on here as well. I also can't feel this when I'm wearing it. I was a little bit worried about it being scratchy, but it's not. It's a nice solid sew here where I went over it, and it's not going to come off. It's very sturdy. On the Velcro, you notice I went over it several times, so I did this in all our clothing because this is getting a lot of wear and tear and pull. I wanted to be sure that I went over that several times, and it's all the way around to make sure it's sewn on there well. One thing to note when you're sewing this type of fabric, this performance polyester knit material, is if you're using a sewing machine to do it, which is obviously faster, although you could do it by hand, it's really hard to sew this material in the sense that it bunches up and it sticks in the machine. And we went ahead and purchased for this jersey knit needles. So they have a duller point. You put those into the sewing machine and it moves the fabric aside rather than piercing it. And that worked a lot better. And I just took it very, very slowly. You can see there is some fabric bunching here, which is going to happen if you're inexperienced sewing like I am. But this works out really well. We did this with all of our clothing, did the Velcro, and we feel much more secure in our clothing and the pockets to make sure we're not going to lose any items, either from them falling out or from theft. If you have any other ideas of how to secure your pockets, keep your belongings safe, please leave a comment. Again, thank you very much and check out our other videos.